I'm so happy to see you again. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not just spill a glass of water all over my desk and just 5 minutes before, but I think the keyboard went through worse. I think she's gonna be fine.
Okay, okay, good,
Yeah.
good. I'm happy to see you and thank you for joining this my new podcast thing. It's my pleasure to have you. I'm so excited. For the beginning, it's okay if you talk a little bit about yourself, about your project.
I'm from Mongolia originally. This is my real name on the screen,
Mhm,
Husling, and I go by Klara on stage and in games because it's easier. And I had this nickname for
mhm,
a while, like on Discord, so I'm fine with being called Klara. And so I've been in bands in and out, changing for like 10 years now, since I was 15. And I joined my current band, Soulset,
mhm,
1 year ago. When I moved to Berlin, I had this thought of maybe I can find a band here that is actually fit for me because finding a band that like mentally vibes with you and then at the same time personally has a connection while being good at what they actually do is very hard and it's very difficult. Yeah, and especially if like live music bands, underground scenes, there's a lot of like things that you have to be certain way, like you have to smoke or you have to drink to get
mhm,
along with people,
mhm.
especially in Mongolia. I don't know. Okay, but yeah, but yeah,
Everywhere, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So like I'm usually like not the type to fit into like, okay, yeah, I can act cool and be like that. So I just usually be upfront and yeah, it didn't work that well. I got kicked out of one skater boy band for being too heavy. That was very fun. I
Sounds like a
appreciate,
compliment, no? Like,
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
can
Yeah,
I
I
ask a little
know.
story? Can I ask a little bit what happened?
So basically, I joined this band. It was, I think everyone was a skater boy except me, and and then they wanted me to I think sing more emo, but they never communicated fully. So we were just like jamming and writing new songs, and they had better skills than my previous bandmates. So I was very excited. For the first time, I didn't have to worry about the instrumentals, and I could actually focus on the vocals. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have to time the drummer anymore because the drummer can drum, or you know. So I was very excited, um, and I think that excitement translated into a lot of screaming, maybe. So they were like, "Oh yeah, I don't think this is working out." I think they first kind of ghosted me, and then I was like, "What is happening?" And then they were like, "Oh yeah, I don't think this is working out. It's too much for us. It's too heavy. We don't really, we don't really want this." And I was like, "Oh okay, you could have told me. I could have lowered it, but whatever, fine." Fine. So it was a bit weird. Yeah.
But it is in a way a compliment. Like when you're a little bit too much for someone, it's incredible.
Yeah, true, true. I ripped my pants. It was like this old jeans. I like jumped off of something during the practice and I ripped my pants. And I thought it was so funny because I just did so much. And I was like, hey guys, I just ripped my pants. And nobody laughed. And I was like, oh shit, this is not my crowd. Yeah.
This is perfect because I usually love when people come in with more situation like, oh, I'm not doing enough, and
Yeah.
now the band you work, it's someone you feel like, yeah, we're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like they are yeah, they are very sweet, very German, very sweet, very practical and like, yeah, this is like we should do this and this. But I think for me, I bring a lot of chaos to the table and a lot of DIY and a lot of like, let's just do this. We
Mhm.
don't wait. We don't wait. And I also threaten my bandmates with my visa expiration. And I tell them nothing is forever. We have to push it. We have to do something now because they
Yes.
are like always waiting for a perfect opportunity, very perfectionists, very, so we have to balance it in between
Mhm.
because I've had at least five failed bands or something. I mean, it was my fault for not finding people who already could play music. I was finding people with passion that was learning to play music. So I thought we could grow together. And maybe I also didn't have enough confidence in myself to work with people who were already there.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that was my insecurity pushing me to people who were learning so I could feel safer. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's probably why I felt many times and the band just disbanded. It was pretty chaotic. So yeah, and now I'm like, oh, nothing lasts forever. I've seen so many bands going their separate ways. There's one big fight and you're gone. So like, let's put all the songs we have as soon as we can because who knows? So yeah, that's my
Are we gonna be
mindset.
together tomorrow? We don't know, you know.
We don't know. Yeah.
Okay,
So yeah,
but
that's
this is amazing. And how many shows you did so far, like overall, how many shows you had personally?
maybe like around 10 or something. I mean, the first, I don't know if it would count as a gig, but like when I was in 10th grade in high school, I had all girls band. That was the first band. The most drama I had, you know. And then they were very fun. We would play for our school New Year.
Mm-hmm.
I think I really appreciate my school for being a bit artsy. They would like build us very big stage, even though we are just you a bunch of kids. They would build a very big stage and equipments and let us play on the New Year concerts. And they were like 7 days straight with different grades. We would start from first graders, second and third graders together party, and then we would do this like 7 days in a row opening for this concert thing. So it really made me go on stage many times. But I never said anything when I go up or go down. I just sing my song and I just go away. I think maybe I say thank you, but sometimes I can't even say thank you because I just feel like,
I did
oh no,
enough.
my,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, I think that would be too much. That would be cringe. No, I just finish singing. I'm just like, okay, bye. And yeah, I mean, it's scary because it's high school and there's a lot of like things. And my school had a lot of talented people, so none of us were supportive of each other. It was always like, oh yeah, you do that, yeah, whatever kind of vibe. So it
Mm-hmm.
was very hard. The crowd was always dead. So I'm so used to dead crowd from growing up. And I also received a lot of bad feedback. Like I sing too loud. I'm just yelling and not singing. And I wasn't even screaming back then, you know. And I think the only supportive person I had was my alcoholic drums teacher. And he said like, I believe in your voice, it's very strong, you keep singing and you should bring me beer. So
Sometimes only what we need in life and this one alcoholic drum teacher who believe in
yeah.
us. It's like a Lady Gaga meme, you know, like it can be 100 people in the room, but you need only one alcoholic drum teacher who believe in
Yes, exactly. I
it.
really tried to like reach out to him. Like I found his Facebook and I was like, please watch my video. I
You
want you
did
to
that.
see
Yeah.
me. Yeah, yeah. And then he just saw it and he didn't respond and I was like, damn, he's like, oh,
Maybe
who
he
is this?
was
I don't
just too
remember.
drunk. It's okay. Maybe it's not.
Maybe,
Yeah. Maybe
maybe.
it's
Yeah,
not
it
your
could
video.
be.
It's just like he's just doing, he's good at what he's doing, you know? It
Yeah.
can be that.
So bunch of these gigs and little like one, two or three like outside gigs from school. We played at the amusement park, and I found a video of it on my old camera, and I was like 15, and I was singing Linkin Park already, and it was like, yeah. I mean, I was not screaming. First time I screamed on stage was insane. Like I was like, I was doing it like alone at home, and my poor brother, I think he heard all of it. Like he heard from me from beginning to now. He heard me practice screaming. He's like, "Are you okay? Or are you dying?" Like, like the neighbors haven't called the police on me so far. I've done good job, I think. And yeah, it was like high school after graduation, our school invited us again to perform because they really liked our band. And us being like cool university students came back and performed. And then I thought, they can't expel me now. I'm already graduated. And I didn't even tell my bandmates. I just finished one of the song with the scream. And my bandmates were like, huh? And then all the teachers and parents were like, huh? And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna get hated. Like I was so ready to be hated. But they were happy. they accepted it. Like they got up, they were like, I was like, huh? Like I thought they're gonna think I'm demonic or something. So I was very shocked to see, especially the principal was like happy with it. And he's an old guy with like a full white head, and he's very sweet though. But yeah, and then I thought maybe this could work. So I started like whenever I join open mic or something in festivals or anywhere, I just test out the waters with maybe a normal song first, and then I do a screaming song. And always the screaming song stays with people. So yeah, I usually practice like karaoke's. And I joined a company as a software engineer, and our like boss, he was very nice, and he said he really admires my dreams for band, and he paid for 1 month of singing lesson because his friend's husband is the teacher, and
Mm-hmm.
he's kind of famous. So I was like, "Wow, this is the first time I actually get taught singing." And so the teachers, the two teachers said, "Okay, show us what you have," and I showed the screaming, and they were like, "Ah, that is absurd. You are hurting your voice. You are ruining it." And then he was like, "But do it again." And then they said like, "Yeah, we can't teach you anything on that, but we can
Mhm.
teach you like normal techniques and
Mhm.
warm-ups and how you can protect your voice maybe." And they really opened up this side of me that I always thought like I had to be a certain way, like sound certain way. Like, I always thought, oh, this is my voice. And if I try to change it to sound a little bit different, that's fake. So
Mhm.
I boxed myself into like, I can only sound like this. And if I
Mhm.
sound too like, or like, oh, then that's not me. I'm just faking it. So, and what I found from that course was that it just opened me up to like, if it's coming from my mouth, it is still my voice and
Yeah.
it's not fake.
Yeah.
As long as I haven't edited it. Even editing is like electro music. So like I was like, oh, so as long as I can make the noise, I can do whatever I want. So it really opened me up and stopped being shy about sounding too feminine or like too
Mhm.
masculine or
Mhm.
like da 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 da. Because yeah, I was like, oh, I'm not the singer that sings with too much like too much waves. That's like
Mhm.
for like fancy people. I'm like just a rock singer. No, I don't do that. But then it really opened me to be free to sound however I wanted, and that was so nice. I think before that maybe I didn't even sing any song from a female singer,
Mhm.
maybe because I was too embarrassed of like, oh, I can't act feminine to, or like I was singing it secretly so people don't.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah. So, uh, yeah, then I started. That was the only course I took in my life for singing, and yeah, and then I just really had this built up tension of if I go on stage again, I really want to go all out because I regretted not moving. I regretted not talking and not expressing what I had because I had so much emotion in myself, and I somehow stood like a statue and like just like held it all in, and I regretted it so much. I was like I was like, oh, I really wish I get opportunity to go on stage again with the band. Then I would go all out. And yeah, also one big major issue. Sorry if I'm talking too much,
No, it's
you
the
know.
point of this
Okay, okay, okay.
enjoy.
Um,
I'm enjoying.
yeah, so like one of my biggest major issue is I have a little bit of a traumatic experience with dancing because
Mhm.
in middle school my class girls kind of bullied me for not dancing good enough because they danced K-pop. K-pop was very famous,
Mhm.
and I was into Linkin Park, and it was not the norm. So I was already a bit weird. And then they started this lot of dancing things, very feminine dancing, very sexual. And me being 12, I was like, we're 12. We can't be sexual. Come on, guys. So I told them, "You really gonna dance like that in front of your parents and the teachers?" And they started like, "Oh, you're just jealous." So they started picking me, and I got into troubles. Yeah, so there was a moment I was in a circle, they put a music and asked me to dance, and my ego wouldn't let me run away. but my attempt of dancing, no matter what, they're gonna laugh at me. So I was just in a lose-lose situation, and I got laughed at. And
I'm so sorry
yeah,
about
and it's fine. But yeah, I'm somewhat happy because otherwise I would have never trained dancing like I do now. Because around like age, not like 2 years ago, basically, I thought this is it. I don't want to have this trauma in my body because whenever there's like public dancing and I can see people genuinely enjoy dancing to the music, they
that.
just like exist and not perform. And I didn't have that because I always thought like if I move like this, is that correct?
Hmm.
Is that acceptable? Do I look weird? And then my brain was just overloaded every time there's like a dancing occasion publicly. So it goes same on stage if I sing and like I have to focus on singing and everything, but then I have to think of like, am I moving correctly? Do I look like a robot or something? So I thought I want to be done with this. I want to get rid of this title of a clumsy person that everyone put on me, including my mom, because she's a great dancer and then she really wanted me to be that, but I didn't. So she was like, "Oh, you're a little clumsy." So I took it personally. I was like, "Okay, I am clumsy. I cannot dance. I cannot move." And my PE teacher too, like he called me out in front of like 70 kids one time and he said, "As long as you're not doing it like her, you're fine." And that was
The
insane.
fuck?
He's the worst teacher. Actually, I don't care. If he sees me ever, he's the worst teacher. Yeah, he's horrible. I think maybe the trauma is from him because he really asked me to come in front of like 3, 4 classes of kids, asked me to do the routine of like this
Mm.
gymnastics,
Hmm.
and then I was like, oh my God, am I an example? Like, did I finally do it? And then he was like, yeah, as long as you're not doing it like her, you're fine. And then everyone was like, oh, so yeah, it was insane. I don't
This
know how I went
dude
through
should be
that.
like restricted to be like kilometers away from the school. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, right. Like someone dealing with teenagers doing that is insane.
I thought I had bad teachers, but okay, now yeah, now you're on a level with me. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I joined electro dance class in Mongolia 2 years ago, and I started taking courses, and it was insanely hard. Electro dance is like a French dance. It
Mhm.
used to be called tectonic,
Oh
but it's not
yeah, okay.
tectonic.
I'm old
You
enough
know,
to
you
know
know.
this one.
Yeah. So like, I really liked the electro dance tectonic because I had crush on a boy in middle school who danced electro, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So like, I
We
thought
all
it's
had the
not.
situation, okay?
Yeah. It was perfect because it's like energetic and it's not too like sensual, so I
Mhm.
could feel safe. And but yeah, it was very intense. I think I cried every 2 class, but I did it secretly, so like people don't find it out. I would go to the bathroom because there's like so much pressure that I feel, and then everyone's already pretty good, and they always form the circle and go one by one to dance, and every time it's
It's
my turn,
exactly like yeah,
yeah,
you're
exactly what happened.
the
So I'm like,
torture. Okay.
yeah. And I kept pushing and pushing, and I just tried to think of it like this is like fitness or something.
Hmm.
So yeah, I kept going, and I really liked the intense music. Because there's an intense like heavy music in there, I could kind of find the motivation of it because like other like physical stuff is boring to me. But then when there's music, I'm just like, oh, I can keep going, I can keep going. And then yeah, and then I joined this group that I was practicing with to a competition like 3 months after. And then we did this big group dance together. And I was really not sure if I was qualified enough to be part of it. But then they didn't kick me out yet, so I just kept going there. But I was so scared. I was like, I really shouldn't mess this up. And I was practicing so much. And then we got the first place from that competition, street dance, like citywide competition. And then people were crying because it was the first time electro has won against hip hop and every other genres. And me being a newbie, I had no idea it had this much of, tension in there. I was just like, whoa, we won. And then like some people were crying. I was like, why is he crying? Oh, it was such a big deal. Oh shit. So yeah, It was nice. I really enjoyed it. It gave me like a new confidence and it made me, for the first time in my life, I felt comfortable in my own physical body.
This is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like me existing in a room of people. I didn't feel like I had to shrink to make space and stuff. I was
Yes.
like, okay,
Yeah.
I can just be me and
Yeah.
it's fine
I
to
can take
take
space.
space. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yes.
so
Okay.
nice. And I didn't feel like, walking past group of people or teenagers, I didn't feel like, oh, am I walking correct or something like that. I was like, I could even start like dancing. It doesn't matter because I started identifying myself as a dancer because I joined a competition. I got money out of it and
Mm-hmm.
whoa, like this is insane. And my friends were like, you're a dancer now. So this new identity really gave me this huge confidence. And then I was like, okay, now when I go on stage with the band, I didn't have band at the time, but like now I go, I'm gonna be so free. So I was waiting for it so much. And then yeah, I just kept like looking for band. And then I had to move to Berlin. And then I was like, okay, I can find a electro dance community and maybe a band.
Mm-hmm.
So I just put everywhere basically to find a band, or they just kept talking about it everywhere I go. And I
Mm-hmm.
found my guitarist, and we exchanged samples, and we're like, yeah, this is pretty good, and let's meet up and jam. And they called me straight to the bassist's basement, and I was like,
Okay.
okay, this
Oh,
is
that's it. This
this
is how
is
you know it's serious. Yeah.
no, it was so sketchy. I told my mom, and she was like, that sounds like human trafficking.
It
Because
is
I
though.
was, yeah, yeah, I was so scared. We did the jam in Berlin first in like a rented place, so I feel a
Mm-hmm.
little bit safer.
Okay.
But and then the straight from the second one, we went to the basement, but they were not serial killers. They were pretty fine.
That's nice to know. Glad you survived. That's
Yeah, I
great.
know.
But yeah, indeed,
But
I'm happy
also,
you did the safe in a safe way. That's great.
yeah. My mom was like, that sounds very risky. But then she also said, but this is your biggest dream, so maybe it is worth dying for. So I was like, you know what?
Go,
You're
mom.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
That's
that's
amazing.
how I met them. And my bandmates are like the reaction they have towards my singing is very like motivating for me. Like the first time we jammed, I think they really tried to hide it, but the moment I start screaming, they were like moving more, and I could
Okay.
feel the
Okay.
excitement in
Uh-huh.
them. And then like whenever we practice, even now, like when I do some like very sick scream, or like when one of us does something sick during jamming or writing a new song, all of us get excited and the other person gets excited. So it's like this chain reaction of like just exciting each other and just like ah, and then yeah,
This
it
is
gets
perfect.
very
This is
intense.
perfect dynamic.
Yeah.
But it's amazing indeed that after like having a chance to be on stage is at school when you felt like I had more to give, but I don't know yet how to get out of my shelf. Then
Hmm.
you went into idea of like, oh, now I'm a dancer, and you had opportunity to break out physically
Hmm.
and feel your body again, and then you came back to idea of stage, but now you know how to break out of being just like still on stage,
Hmm.
and this is such an amazing order. And I always like it's fundamentally awesome that you had opportunity to work separately on your physique, on
Hmm.
this liberation through dance and connecting with your body through dance, that now you know you can express things with your body, and then you're like, oh, so I can also do that while I'm singing as well. Like this is perfect pitch, basically. This is perfect. It's so amazing. And after, like, what was your literal, like, if you remember, like, show that you had first after now coming back on stage for the first time after dancing? If you remember the show, what it was for you for the first time, now check what physically you can do and sync in these two worlds together.
Yeah, like so far we had three gigs. Rock Treff was the third one. First one was on Valentine's Day this year, and I was like so excited. And yeah, I think the too much excitement also made me a little bit like insane. But also the stage, like but it was also making me shake a bit. like in
Hmm.
my hands. So it was like a bit annoying. Like, but like even if I'm shaking, when I start singing it, my voice doesn't shake, but my hand keeps shaking, but it's fine. And I also think it's cool and dramatic if you're shaking. And yeah, it was very small stage. I've um I think so like I already spilled water on the stage on the third song. Like I kept opening and closing the cap of the water. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep it open because I'm gonna drink it after one
It
song.
always starts
Put
like
it
that, yeah.
down. Yeah, put it down. 2 seconds later, kick it out, and it's water everywhere. And then after that, I stepped on my microphone cable, unplugged it when I was jumping, and then the plug fell into the water. So I was like wiping it off before I plug it in so I don't break anything. So yeah, it's already
It's so
chaos.
amazing.
Yeah, but I at least it was so nice to own it. But I think it's a very different feeling to play in front of Western crowd in English
Hmm.
because Mongolia has different culture, and I feel like in my native language I'm more like uptight and more like careful of what I
Hmm.
say because it could easily sound very cringe, and I feel
Hmm.
like
I
like
have
even with
that
my
with my
mom,
native language, by the way, too. English, it just have
yeah,
something with that. It feels like more like
yeah,
it belongs to everybody. And if you enter, it's not anymore too uptight. Like it's not anymore. Yeah, there is something about this.
yeah.
Whenever I started to write in my native language, but then I started like most of my songs in English, and I felt more
Hmm.
free to just
Yeah, yeah,
talk
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Same. Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
interesting.
Like
Okay.
my first song was in my native language, but I wrote it when I was 13, and it sounds like rainbows and unicorns, but in a very cringe way. It's like, oh, whatever you do, your fate is watching and changing. Oh, be a good person, do right things. And then the second song is like, I don't need it. So the moment I switched to English, it was just way better and
Hmm.
more free. So, like, I think in Mongolian, if I did the same thing, unplugging and spilling water, I would be like, oh, like the way to explain it is very hard. But in English, I'm like, damn,
Hmm.
everything that could go wrong is going wrong right now. And it's just so nice to share it with people. And English doesn't like ask me to be perfect or anything. It can
Okay.
be, yeah, yeah. And also like trying your best is not cringe anymore,
Absolutely.
I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I still had the problem on the first gig and on the second gig of this like if I felt like I have this so much intense emotion about the songs and about music overall. Like, and nobody has really seen the true intenseness of me because I thought it's not socially acceptable or like it's not like they're gonna think I'm weird, basically. So I always water it down to a level that is acceptable,
Hmm.
and and also it's like, oh, my friends are in the crowd. I mean, I don't have that much friends because this is a new city and new environment. I could be anyone. They're still gonna accept me. But if I go back to Mongolia and play, I would feel like, oh, my friends know me as this normal person. If I start acting like very like this, they're gonna cringe so much. So like this thought of cringing them holds me back a lot. So almost, I think almost like moving here and starting fresh was more like easier to be a character and
Hmm.
like but I still felt like, oh, if I do too much, then I don't know, like I don't even understand the reasoning why I did it, but there was this part of me like, oh, I have to be humble and stay like normal in
Like
between,
on
or I have,
stage. Like on
yeah, on
stage.
stage. Like
Hmm.
I can, but then I think the emotions won. Like
Hmm.
the
Yeah,
intense
good.
emotions won in the end because there was just so much that I just really
Hmm.
wanted to express it. So I just go like this much, and then I come back down. I'm like, oh, hee hee, like, oops, I did that. But then also like some of people over there really told me the saturation between these two characters they found it very entertaining
Hmm.
because it was like and then like Okay, that was
It's in the
nice.
video that you sent me from the festival that you did right after the workshop that I met you.
Yeah.
Um, Basically, there was a moment in the end of the because I watched the whole show, and there
Uh,
was moments like that between songs. But my favorite one is right in the end of the show when you just did incredible big song and you were in the anger place and people indeed was doing the circle, and then you just immediately after the song you switched to this cute, humble person who was just like, I'm so excited to be here. And it was not bad. Like it's not like some because um sometimes what I have problem with it's when people drop into person like into themselves, but they still how to say they don't know what to do with the fact that they are on stage. They kind of lose the the momentum. They're like, oh,
mhm.
and then they shy and they're like, oh, where should I go? How I should stand? And you feel like they just lost right now the power, and now public feels like, oh, we don't have a leader anymore. Like it's there is something
Ah,
about that. But you never like there is no second for that. It's just you switched between this anger place of you and then you
uh-huh.
switch to just gratitude like it's the same person who can carry like you absolutely still in charge like you we feel it from me as an audience from my laptop and people in the crowd like it's still like you still in charge you're still in control of everything what's happening but now it's like you so strong and that you can be vulnerable with us and just to be that there is a baby inside of you who just like I'm so happy to
Yeah.
be here thank you guys but you did not lose a second a bit of any confidence any comfort any power on stage as like I'm the artist right now it's still my show it's
Uh,
still owning it and this is what I was watching you and I'm like this is it's almost like I'm the opposite of that teacher like the one who says like so as long as you're not doing like this one like you're good here it's the opposite I was watching this and I'm like as long as people will do that they okay like it's exactly this it so yeah bravo for that and can I ask so right now you live in Berlin, right?
yeah.
This
Yeah.
okay. And so in Berlin, you feel like there is more space for you to express and be that bigger version on stage and not to questioning like, oh, maybe that's cringe. Like here in Berlin, you feel like more place for that.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. In Berlin, and like there's so many artists here, and everyone like has a lot of self-expression, even on the just in the way they dress and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very nice. Yeah, yeah. So I felt I think that was one of the things that really brought me here to choose the city. Um, and yeah, yeah, definitely there's more, and I think people are more open-minded to see like I've seen like contemporary dance performances and like experimental dance battles and like oh like maybe that also opened like some parts of me like they could act like they're being possessed by a demon and everyone is so happy so I could act like how I feel and it should be fine.
Yeah. It's important to find
Yeah.
this example when you see people expressing as much as they can. I wanted to also ask you because you were saying about this fact that there was so much inside of you, but still because you felt like it's not like a socially acceptable to go that far, you
Yeah.
were downplaying, and at the same time you were telling me that you were growing up by listening Linkin Park and bands like that. And did you ever like watching them? Did you ever felt like he going as far as he can? So that's kind of like allow you to also express as much as like or watching some other artists not never kind of gave you validation on like this how far you can go. Was it somehow
Yeah.
helpful?
Yeah, yeah, no. I mean, I think Linkin Park is overall very compared to other like metal artists, they are very like cute and bubbly. They're like they are like still like especially like Mike and everything. But I love Chester so much. But like I started watching their old performance videos and I still watch like this specific Texas live like video performance. It's like the best. I watch it every time before the gigs to feel it again. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
amazing. Okay,
Like the
okay.
day before, I would watch the whole thing, and I just, and then
To inspire
after
yourself.
watching it,
Yeah. Okay.
I would be like, I want to go to the stage right now. I can't sleep tonight. That's how I feel. And I also went to a concert like week before the gig, the third gig,
Hmm.
Because like on the first and second gig, I was like, it's the first time I'm moving on stage. I'm being more open and I'm talking in between songs for the first time. So it was nice. But the first gig, the bandmates were just so worried. Like, Klara, make sure you don't talk too much. And, and so I was really like writing down the points I want to say to remember the thing and not like keep talking around the thing because I'm nervous and like when I get nervous I talk more, I think. So
Feel you.
yeah. Yeah.
We do
So
that.
so like so I wrote this key points of things under the song names of the gig list, and it was really helpful to like have just these keywords of like what I want to say for the
Hmm.
song or like this. And I prepared a little bit, not like word to word, but just like overall the
Just like
drive of
structure.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
great.
So it was very nice because otherwise to improvise everything on the spot would be maybe good, maybe not. So it's risky. And then, so I started understanding, and my bandmates had more faith in me. So they're because like maybe they first thought, oh, she's just gonna keep talking and talking. I didn't do that, but I also mentioned it on stage. I said, so guys, my bandmates are very scared that I'm gonna keep yapping, so I won't. And it was very funny to the
It's so
crowd.
cute.
Yeah, and my
They're like,
bandmates were like
you go, girl, we
laughing.
got you. We'll stop you at the minute of 13. You know, like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. I really wanted to include jokes because I love it when my favorite artist says something funny and I'm just like, ah. I don't know, I just really like, I feel like saying joke, I feel more connection to the artist. And yeah, like it was not forced. Like, for example, I also said like before the Linkin Park song, I said, so we all love Linkin Park. We're gonna sing this song, except Lewis, because our drummer, he's not hyped about Linkin Park at all, and that's just the fact. So I just had to say it, and it was very funny. It's like we all love Linkin Park. That's how we met, except the drummer.
Louis.
He
Yeah,
he doesn't like it, and then Lewis was like,
this is
he's
so hilarious.
yeah, yeah, and it was fun. It was very fun, but it also felt like a marathon. The first gig, second gig, I felt more comfortable. There was the first mosh pit I've ever seen in my life happened on our song, and it was like a small stage. So we had Zuckerberg is like the play again, play another
Oh,
song
yeah, yeah.
thing.
Like,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
call it peace. But I don't know if it's in English. I'm not sure how it's
Yeah,
in
what is
English,
it
but
called in English?
like, do it again. I don't know. We love
Don't
you. We love you so much. Don't
yeah.
go away.
Yeah, come back. Yeah. Yeah. So we had that and that excited me a lot. So they had another mosh pit. And I just jumped down into the crowd because of excitement. Like there's no logic in there anymore. It's gone. And then I jumped down and then I realized, wait, this is kind of awkward. What do I do now? So I just stared at the people a bit. I kept singing and I was like, okay, I'm gone. And I just tried to climb back up stage, but like the two guitarists were blocking me. So I was like, guys, like, please get me back on there. And then I had to wait a little bit so they move. But yeah, it was, and then I thought, okay, I need to know what to do if I jump into the crowd because
Mhm.
it was, and I think at that time I realized I am scared of facing individual people in the crowd because when I
Okay.
jumped down, looked at one dude and I was like, oh, this is kind of personal now, so I feel kind of shy. So, and then I also really wanted to like when singers like point at people in the crowd, I love when I get pointed at. But then when it's my turn to point at people, I'm like, oh no, I can't. It's so embarrassing to point at someone. Oh, what they're gonna think. And especially if it's my friend, I'm like, oh no. So like I get embarrassed. I embarrass myself first. So yeah, then the third gig, I did it for the first time, and it felt so nice. And the person being pointed at was happy, and I was happy, and I was like, oh, this is not as bad as I thought. I mean, I did smile doing it. Like in my vision, I would have kept the character and like look because I was like I saw the devil and I was pointing at person
Mhm.
like saying they are the devil, but then I was like I saw the devil. But yeah, whatever. Uh, and yeah, I felt like I could keep the character, and I also really wanted to say the third gig, the biggest difference was the crew behind stage and like seeing this whole crew work for us to make us look cool. I just felt like all these people doing their best to make the stage look cool, the smoke light, and there's like in your monitor, they're like making it like perfectly for my taste, and then there's like this four different mixes to a crowd and back to us, and there's like camera people. So I felt like I have to do my part
Yeah, the least we
100%.
can do, it's
Yeah,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
no room for embarrassment because everyone is locked in. So I
Yes.
have
Oh, this
no
is
right to
amazing.
be shy. So I just was like, yep, this is serious. This is real. Everyone is serious, so I can be serious. So that's why I was able to act like fully in character for the first time and be dramatic and
Oh
not be
yeah.
embarrassed. Yeah.
This is sort of like in my memories, one of the greatest gigs I had when I was younger. Like just right in the beginning, I almost didn't had I had like three songs of mine, but the full show was more like covers and stuff. And I was invited to music festival in my country,
Hmm.
quite big one. It was like televised and everything. And it in my head, it stayed as the greatest situation happened to me on stage. And exactly because of this situation, it was like big festival, very serious, and it same vibe like you, like we had our own assistant during several days whose job was to run around us and make sure we're happy. Like we had transfers, like the cars,
Aw.
and like it was really crazy level. And the way, like for example, there was a moment right before I was going to sound check. One person was doing something to my hair, another person was talking about my schedule, and third person was a lawyer who needed me to sign a contract. It all was happening at the same time while I'm standing on
Wow.
the backstage, and my brain was like, this is life I want to live. Like this is so
Yeah,
it. This
yeah,
is it. This is the mess I want. Let's go. And exactly because everyone was so tight and so serious, like only 15 people of cameramans, like the crazy huge like crew of like technicians, like everything. It was a huge theater on the first day of the festival and stuff. It's a main stage, and I'm basically artist right before headliners and stuff, so it's like a really big deal. And I remember
Oh,
all of this gave me so much exactly same feeling of like everyone working so hard making this happen. I have to give the best, and I want to, like, you really, they put you on the like amazing spot mentally when you just like, I'm
yeah,
so fucking ready. I'm so ready.
yeah,
And you just, I remember the way, the confidence I went on the stage is just like, I was stepping on like, let's go. And
yeah,
it was
yeah.
incredible show, even I think so, which I'm very quite judgy on my own stuff, but even I think for what I could do, like I don't have questions for myself, and my band was killing it. Everyone was so like into energy. The whole crowd was like, who the fuck is this? And we were like, let's go. So I really feel you on this, like when the environment around you is people who really put their best, and they also create the space for you to give your best, we almost like in a good way, with in a good way, like we don't have chance to do less than incredible. So it's really important.
Yeah,
That's so, I'm so happy that
yeah.
you had this feeling and it's happening in your career. That's really incredible. And I wanted to also ask you, overall, I'm listening to you and I'm fucking amazed. Like this is, I'm so happy we met through whatever I'm doing online, because you have this force inside, and I'm listening to you, and you basically like, so I had this obstacle, but this feeling like I went through it, and then I had this obstacle, I went through it, I had this, like you just like you're not stopping, no matter how scary it is for you, how like if you have thousand questions and you don't know what you're doing, but you're figuring out on the way and you're not stopping. This is so beautiful when this force inside this performer, this artist, a person who have energy to give and energy to express, you always listen that thing. You're not, you, even no matter how scary it is and how world treats you and put limits on you, you never really trust that thing. You trust what you have inside. And this is just personally, as a colleague of yours, just thank you for doing this. Thank you for being like artists like that, examples for others who more scared, who more believe to society than themselves. And artists like you, it's who give everyone opportunity to be like, oh, this is what I should be doing, like really. So just first of all, bravo to you for that. And I also wanted to ask, because you a little bit touched about this, like you would watch a full show of Linkin Park, for example, before you have a gig. this is one of the amazing things because for myself and when I work with other artists, I always try to kind of push idea of you have to hype up yourself before you go on stage. You don't go on stage on zero, like, oh, hi, I just was buying bread, but now I'm here, I guess. Like, not this, but you already have to go in this place of like, oh, I cannot wait to go on stage. I'm so ready. And this, what you're saying, it's already sounds like part of it. You already warming up your energy, your will, your passion to go there. Do you have like, if you okay to share like what else you doing, if there is like, if day before you're doing that, but maybe even before that you also doing something, or like right before the show, what is your routine, to go there, to be like, oh, I need to go on stage right now. What is it for you?
I think I was already doing the like, oh, listen your favorite song that excites you before going on stage thing. Like even when I was in high school, I took like the New Year concert very seriously because, and I would listen. Okay, I'm gonna listen like my Linkin Park song. It was always Linkin Park, and then hearing it from you as like a real advice, I was like, whoa, that's nice. I like it really helps me. So I was felt very validated to like also I felt it was so serious to do it because I thought because my bandmates were not doing it, I was like maybe I'm just being extra doing it. But now I feel validated to do it. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, I'm gonna go do my listening. Yeah, yeah.
I have
And then
things to do.
and so now on the first, yeah, for the first gig, I really wanted to be on my best like state, and I was a bit sick already. Always sick when there's something happening, but it's fine. But yeah, yeah. So on the first gig, I was a bit sick, so I was worried. I wanted to warm up my voice, and I'm not like the type of person who's like, oh, I do warm up like a proper thing. I usually just start it raw and just do it. But like, I felt like I want to do better, so I want to be prepared just in case. So, but I doing warm up, like vocal warm up, is very cringy for me. I don't know why,
Mhm.
but I just cringe from it, especially if I'm the only singer there. I mean, if it's like a I used to be in a choir as a kid, and if it's a togetherness, it's fine. But I just found, especially like the mama, mama, mama part, very cringe, and I just can't do it in front of people. So I went to the bathroom, and there was nobody there,
Mm.
and I was so sure of it because I was listening very carefully for footsteps. So I started doing like a YouTube 5 minute warm up,
Mm.
and then it made me feel so good. So I was like, oh, this is so nice. And I even did like 5 or 10 more minutes of it, and I felt like, okay, it's opened up. And there's even like physically, like you can massage your voice to open and like the muscles, and it's like, wait. And then I think I just started taking myself seriously.
Mhm.
So it feels very nice. And then I went back, and then the other band that was playing, then they came to the backstage, and they were like, were you singing in the toilet? And I was like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And they were like, very good, very nice, very professional. Keep doing it. And they were so sweet. And I was like, oh, I feel embarrassed, but thank you. And they were like, no, no, very good. And I was like, okay, okay. And then second one, I was late, so yeah, no warm up on that one. I was late and I was very scared of my for my life, to be honest, because
Mhm.
the train canceled 3 times or something, classic
Oh,
Germany,
okay. Okay.
and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
there was nothing I could do. Like I was like, oh, so yeah, I was late for my sound check, and I thought my life was ruining, and I felt so bad. But yeah, so that one was just wrong.
Can be
But
like a small warm up in the train with people. La na 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 na, and everyone is like, "Let's go."
yeah. Yeah, yeah, could do that. But yeah, third one I did warm up next to a gate in a secluded place. I still can't do it in front of people. And there were people walking in the park, and they stopped and they're like, "Huh?" And they was like, "Oh, it's a festival happening." I think that's what I found read from their body language, but
Mhm.
they were like, "Oh, why is this random person in the trees singing in the woods?" And yeah, maybe
Normal
I
day of an
feel,
artist.
yeah, you're right. Maybe in the future I will find myself doing it next to people because
Mhm.
I will feel like because my bandmates are like, yeah, yeah, do it. They're never like making fun of me or anything. I'm the only person like running away from them to do the warm up.
It is interesting because whenever I have a show, all my bandmate like my musicians, they all like they have to warm up. Like my drummer, for example, he have specific pillow that
Ah.
it's
Ah, yeah,
he put it,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, he put it on his leg and he warming up his fingers like to make sure. Same my piano player, like he need to warm up and do some scales and stuff. My guitar player would sit for like the whole time whenever we finish with soundcheck. If there is 1 hour like between soundcheck and the show, this full 1 hour he just with the guitar warming up his like it's a thing. So it's interesting that sometimes by environment or like the way we sometimes come to our professionalism level, it's not
Hmm.
always through uh exactly like going with other examples when you're like, oh, it's actually, yeah, I'm supposed to do that, I should never be embarrassed
Yeah,
of this.
yeah.
It's actually saying that I am professional, I'm doing my work as best as I can.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, yeah, and being like, so if everyone in the band warming up, I also have to warm up, I have to take time for that. And it's like it's my job, yo. Like it's who cares, like someone else also can look ridiculous doing some preparations for their job, but like it's my job, I have to take it seriously. So also to have this validation from other people, especially, it sounds amazing, it sounds like your bandmates are very fucking supportive, and it's so amazing, and I'm so happy for you because that's the environment you should be in. And this is great. So indeed, like, I don't know, me, I love to, I'm 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 kind of diva about my own project, and whenever I know that I really, it's important for me to like at least last 10 minutes to stay alone. Like I cannot be with people right before going on stage. They distracted me. I feel like I need this like 10 minutes to just gather all my energy. Like like a, I don't know, some Marvel character when you just like absorbent, then you have like a weird fireball inside of your body and you just need to gather it, because if someone talking to me, I cannot focus on this, I need to really like stay alone, breathe, warm up a little, but it's more about like emotionally, just like gather everything here, and then I go on stage being that, badass bitch. But it's like this 10 minutes of silence and peace. If someone, like, once it was funny situation when I literally was like, there was organizers of the festival, my band, everyone in the green room, like in the dressing room. I'm basically turning and be like, okay, with all due respect, everyone shut the fuck up, leave me alone for a little, and I will see you on stage. And they were like, okay, sorry, and everyone like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, I know it was a little bit too much to say to, like organizers and everything, but first of all, it's because everyone was like, keep asking me everything, because I'm maintaining everything in my project. So like any small questions to me, and I was like, you're not small babies, you're gonna fucking figure out, everything is already done, put yourself together, leave me alone, go away, please. Like, so sometimes you need to fight for your space and explain people
Mm.
like, this is my boundary, I need this time, this is what I need, please give me that space. And indeed, it's like probably without being always around other like singers who is like, yeah, that's normal, like it's difficult to go just for yourself and be like, yeah, what I need is, I can take it, I don't need to hide, and like in toilet, I don't need to hide like somewhere to actually just do my job. So yeah,
Yeah.
it is interesting that it's happening like that. But I hope indeed it's going better and better and better, and you feel like you can take that space and take that time. And
Yeah, yeah. I think really the third gig, the festival, like all those people taking us seriously and taking me seriously because they already had water on stage. Like, oh my God, this water thing is so hard because they already had water on stage and they already like taped down my set list on the floor so it doesn't fly away. So, and then they asked me, "Do you want a fan in front of you?" I was like, "Yes, I would love to have a fan." So yeah, and then I was like, and then it's like, "Okay, what do you want in your ear?" Da, da, da. So I was like, yeah, the moment I felt like I'm being taken seriously, it just felt like I can be serious. So it's not just only for that day, it gave me like a lifetime validation of like, oh, I can be taken seriously. So it's so nice to have that. And guess what? Like the day after, I was in a bus and I actually don't know why a random lady asked me where I'm from. And I said, I'm from Mongolia. And she's like, oh, what do you do here? And I said, I sing in the band. And that was the first time. And I was like, and then she's like, oh, that's very cool. And she like walked away. And then I was like, whoa, like because like I didn't think of the answer, and I just was like, oh, like I didn't. I mean, don't tell my boss. I still need my job for now, but like it felt so cool to say, what do you do here? Like I sing in the band. I mean, I still like do software engineering and stuff, but like I don't know, it just felt cooler answer to choose, and I just was feeling so intense the day after still, and I was like, yeah, I want to
That's what I
identify
do.
as that.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I want to identify as an artist, and it felt so nice to do that, and yeah, like it was like a movie moment of like breaking the fourth wall, like yeah, like that. It was
Feel that?
like yeah, oh my God, I can't believe I answered like that or something. But it was such a nice feeling.
This is awesome. This is amazing. And can I ask you, like, um, how you usually overall feel like when it's about to go on stage right now? Like you
Mm.
like have 10, 9, like it's about the moment. What is your emotional experience? Where are you in your thoughts and emotions?
So it's like I think I'm lucky to experience stage in like small and big forms in school because my school is just very artsy, and then but still every time I get this like heartbeat racing and a lot of adrenaline. We have very weird hack in Mongolia. You make your hand like this, and then
Mm-hmm.
you hit yourself in between your
Okay.
like on your back with like air, but you usually do it on each other. And sometimes your bandmates just like beat the shit out of you.
That's
They
so
just hit so
nice.
hard, but it's kind of like this physical impact on you that
Uh-huh.
just wakes you up. I
Ah, yeah,
think
okay,
that's
okay, okay.
probably what it is. But
I
we
get
just
it.
started like hitting each other on the back. So I introduced this to my German bandmates, and they were like very confused. But then our guitarist, he was like, "I'm very nervous. I'm willing to try anything. Yeah, hit me, Klara." And I was like, "Okay." And then he said, "I do feel better." So, but I still feel very nervous. But mentally being prepared and like warm up, listening your favorite song, and I think the being alone thing is very valid because like I wanted that, and how I did that was to excuse like with my current band is like when I say I'm gonna do warm up and like run in ways, maybe also trying to find a lone space and subconsciously also because it feels so nice and to bring the intensity of my like deeper emotions and like the passion for music. It's so nice to connect with myself and like connect with the inner like child you have that really was performing in the bedroom like imagine it with my imaginary crowd. It's nice to connect with her so I can like bring her to a stage with
Mhm.
me so we can like really like be true ourselves and briefing helps, I guess. I mean, obviously, you should brief, which is very easy to forget.
Mm.
But yeah, I think I found new hack because in the past I always usually stay quiet before I start the first song, and then just I start, and then the first song is always the most nervous one. But the moment you start singing, it gets better and better, and around the end of the song, you feel fine and grounded.
Mhm.
But I think when I have so much like energy and like this nervousness yelling it out loud in the beginning
Mhm.
maybe is a way because I did that on the third gig. I said like, "Hey, Rock Trev, like, how are you doing? Ah, let's go!" Like because I already feel like this, so like just letting it
It's
out
right
like that.
here. Yeah,
It's
I
yeah,
get
yeah, it's right here. It's already about to explode, and I have to sing like a normal intro. It's so hard. So like yelling it out and kind of breaking the ice with the crowd was very helpful with this
it.
one. And
Mhm.
I think maybe that's a good way. It also excites me, like if I was in the crowd, like if the artist, I mean, there can be different ways to enter the stage, but I think the entrance is very important because I saw 21 Pilots concert last year, and the way that the singer enters, he like jumps over his piano very high up and gets his microphone under him and like catches it on the other side. He used to be a basketball player, so he
Oh,
can jump
yeah,
very
okay, okay.
high. Yeah, yeah. So he like it was like exactly on the drop of the drums because drummer was already there and he was like drumming da, 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 tuck, 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 and then like Phil and then there's like "Bow!" And then there's like explosions, and he just like jumps over the piano to us, and I was like, ah! So like this like ah! So like I think this kind of entrance is very cool. So at least yelling like, "Hey guys!" Like, "Ah, let's go!" is like a nice way to start things and
Yeah.
also calm yourself down a bit, for me.
It's yeah, it's when you have this amount of energy, I think it's very good idea. Plus, I think any entrance in any type of show, it's like it's almost like we dictate how it's gonna go. Like you letting people know in
Yeah.
which movie you are. Like
Yeah,
this is how it's
yeah,
gonna
true.
be. And indeed, like so it's first of all have to bring you in the zone and people with you. Like you're like, okay, so this shit gonna happen. Let's go. So you're given the already the clue of like, oh, okay, we get it, let's go there. Okay, but yeah, it's very unique for every type of artist, of course, but like indeed when you know, like for you it's better to release this energy immediately than to try to kind of hide it for a beginning and then like maybe start to exactly shake your body or like do something weird stuff. But
Yeah,
it's amazing solution, like if you feel it and to trust your guts that this is the right way.
yeah,
This is sounds really
yeah.
perfect.
I think also connecting with your bandmates is very nice because it almost feels like you're going to battleground with them. And I found myself like developing more love for them as more we perform on stage together, more than practicing. Because like when you perform, you like you got each other's back. If something happens, the other person's filling in or like they got you, like you
It's the
communicate
trust,
through
yeah.
eye contact and then you
Mm-hmm.
feel so safe. It's so nice to have them with you, rather than being alone. So it's really nice. And like we would like do like a like a team hand thing or like do a group hug and it's like we got this guys,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be fine, like we got this. It's like, and yeah, I told them the room thing you told me, like to think the stage is your home and room and you're presenting things. I really wanted to finish what I was saying, but we were kind of rushed. But I was like, so basically, this is our home. And that's probably how it went. And they were probably but like, huh? It's like, so basically, stage is our home and we deserve to be here. And then they were like, yeah, yeah.
Whatever,
But
girl. Good for you.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that was my message. And I think this rock trap was the first time I was okay, maybe it's never 100%, but like I was almost fully like just who I am. I think I was just fully who I am. I didn't really try to choose what's correct or
Hmm.
wrong. I was intense with the songs, how I wanted to. Maybe I could do a bit more, but like, and then I just switched back to how I felt truly in the moment. And I think the fact that crowd accepted me as who I am was like so nice. It was like this, oh, like life is a beautiful moment. It was like, oh, I can be accepted to people as who I am, and I don't have to water myself down, or like I don't have to pretend like, this is cool, I'm fine. Like I was like, I'm excited, and people were sharing that with me, and they were accepting me as who I am, just as I am. And that was so nice to me. That's probably why I wanted to cry and stuff because I was like, whoa, I can be who I am and they accept me. And it was so nice. And I felt like, oh, this is gonna sound very cheesy, but I felt like I was where I belonged. And it was so nice. I was like, oh, this is where I belong. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I was like, oh, I really want to keep doing this. Like, nothing else matters. I would just want to keep doing this moment. And yeah. Yeah, that's probably why I will need to extend my visa.
I love how you came to this conclusion. And this is why I should accept. It's like an interview with the government, and they're like, so why Germany? And you like you telling all of this, you're like, and this is why, isn't it, and there is a cut to you in just in the office after all of this, like
Yeah.
visuality. I imagine there's just like you in a suit sitting on the chair, like, and this is why I should extend my
Yeah. This is what I will tell the embassy so I get
Yeah.
more visa.
We
Yeah.
will just send this podcast to them and they will be like, yeah, this
Yeah.
one should stay.
Yeah.
That's
Hopefully.
perfect. That's perfect. And can I also ask, do you have like with your band, do you have like things you discussed or prepared before that you like this is how we communicate, like, or they just know you so well that whenever you like do some gesture, they get what you mean, or like do you have your own language, like physical language, how to communicate things between each other?
No, not really. I don't think we have that yet. We maybe need more exposure to performing for that. Because only thing that we were like the infinite loop we had was like the mosh pit like
Mm-hmm.
speech, and I was like, can you guys loop this part? So I will keep talking, and
Mm-hmm.
then there was a cue of a word I'm gonna say, let's go, and then you can start with the next part of the drums, and we start going into the actual breakdown part. And yeah, so that was the first time we planned this like thing a bit more improv thing that we will do. But I think that was very fun. Maybe we will do more. But yeah, like, we were. Yeah, I told the two guitarists like it's very cool when two guitarists like face each other and
Mm-hmm.
play. It's very hot. So they did that. I saw them on the video and I was like very happy they were like doing that. And then um yeah, yeah. I was also very surprised to see how like natural our guitars were moving and they were like very cool in their elements. And definitely like the crew being there and helping us makes us be in our like true element and
Mm-hmm.
take ourselves seriously and feel confident. That probably was affecting them too. And it was like nice. And yeah, my bandmates were so nice to me. They were like, oh, like the moment we get off, they're like, oh, Klara, you killed it. You were insane. Oh, like I felt your energy and it affects me. And it's like, oh, it's so nice. They're amazing.
Do you feel like when you're on stage, like music pushes you, like it feeds your energy and you it like it helps you to project more of what you feel by listening how they are like excited. Can you feel that they also giving you a lot of energy and it music is something that pushes you higher when you could like normally think you can do. Did you ever caught yourself
Yeah.
feeling that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, like when I'm in on stage, of course, and when I'm even in crowd, of course. Like normally, like I'm very careful person, but like if there was Linkin Park playing, and if there was Chester screaming, I think if there was like insane mosh pit of very tall, very muscular bearded guys pushing each other, I would not feel scared. I would be feel as equal as them. I would feel strong, and that's probably why people break their kneecaps in mosh pit. But, but, but I
And it's
felt it. I was
cute.
like, whoa! I feel this so much. Like I feel so strong than I actually am. I was like, oh, I feel like I could make this jump. Or it's probably a bit dangerous to feel this excited, but it just makes me feel so intense. And but yeah, it's funny. Like I was almost entering my era of soft songs
Mm-hmm.
before I joined the band, and they were like, I was like, okay, teenage me, you gotta come back and be angry with me again. We gotta do this one more time.
This is
I was
amazing.
almost in a very peaceful era, but then I was like,
Guess what? No.
guess guess what? No, no, we gotta be angry again.
But I feel you because about the way that music can excite you so hard that you getting into zone when you forget about safety or like you're trying to be not trying
Yeah.
to be cautious anymore to the point in my personal experience like I have a big long problem with my right knee, like I had big surgeries and like really like messed up
Oh.
stuff. So for example on a daily basis the way I walk on stairs, I'm not joking, I'm walking one by one because I have sometimes have such a big problems that I cannot even walk on stairs normally. But then I go on stage and my band is what like last show I did was basically I used huge platform for the first song. Like I was standing, so there is like stage, but I'm also on the platform separately. And
Hmm.
one like first song is supposed to be like just standing, it was part of the show, blah blah. And then for the second song, I removed the outfit I had because it was a more like a decoration than a real outfit.
Oh, was it a
I
long red dress
yeah, yeah,
one?
yeah, it's this one.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah, I saw a
Uh,
video. Yeah.
yeah, I removed this one, so then now I can move around and stuff. And the way I was jumping from that shit, I was like in my head, I didn't even understood the way I move. I was on heels. I was even on heels, and I was basically from this platform, fully like jumping down, moving around, dancing, coming back. Like in at some moment in for the other song, I just almost like immediately jumped back on this, and I was like, I think somewhere some very quiet voice on the back of my head was like, "You're gonna die," and I was like, "Shh, I'm busy. I'm killing it." And then only after the show, I was just sitting on the couch in the dressing room, and I was like, looking at my knee and thinking like, thanks God it worked. Like I was really like I could easily break my muscles again, but just because you're so in the zone of like the music give you so much power in your body, in your muscles, and you feel like invincible. You just feel like anything you
Yeah,
can, you're so strong, you can, I don't know, break the sky. Like it's something
yeah,
that
yeah,
about this, right? And yeah, just like how stupid we can be sometimes, but like
yeah.
just for record to say, kids, be careful. But like really, it's something that break it's move your limits, like the limits we think we have, and then there's music and the passion. It's like doing this to it, like it's just moving this in another dimension, and you can surprise yourself. This is the power. Like this is why I'm always saying to
Yeah.
people, listen to the music when you're on stage. Listen to the music. It's going to lead you. So it's so awesome that you're also saying this is how it works for you too. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like the idea of like just being pushed with people is insane normally, but when there's music that really excites you, it's like I get it. I get mosh pit. Yeah. Um Also, like there was another shift about like mosh pit idea. I think on this, like I was imagining to have mosh pit because I saw it happened. I was like, okay, I want it again. But then I was thinking of like, okay, guys, do you want to mosh now? Or like I was like, hey, like by the way, how about we mosh or something? But then I saw this band called Wargasm. It's a UK duo, a very electro, very heavy.
okay.
And then I went to their concert, like and then the guy came on stage and he just said like he looks at the crowd and he just gets, "Where's my fucking mosh pit?" And then people are like immediately
Yes,
like, "Oh,
sir.
sorry, sir. Yes, yes, like here's your mosh pit here." So and I was like, okay, maybe not exactly that, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
but
I can be more demanding than like, "Hey guys, how about we do a mosh?" So that's why I was like my phrasing changed and I was like, okay, do you want to give me one big mosh pit? Like, and the previous one might have been like, okay, who's down for a mosh pit? But then two like, do you want to give me a mosh pit? So it's more
yeah, it's different
like
energy.
I'm
Yeah,
sure of it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So it was like, ah, I got it. So it's probably looked pretty weird because I was in the front row and I was like looking at him and like, ah, like instead of joining the mosh, I'm like, I see what you're
Noted.
doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like shocked and frozen, like, ah, I
But it's a
see.
thing. It's a thing. We
Yeah, yeah.
as an artist, as a performers, we pick it. We like thousand things that happen to us. Like we learning from everything. Like I'm sure you catch yourself living your normal day, observing stuff, and it gave you some like, oh, okay. Like it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even
yeah.
supposed to be a show. It's not even supposed to be a piece of art. But we just, as artists, we just, I think we have just different kind of lens, for the world, and the way we see things, the way we experience, we just really learning and observing from almost everything. Like so, it's really
Yeah.
normal. It's again. I'm just basically listening to you, and I sort of I want to be this girl who will be like, I told you. So it's good that it's on the record. Like I'm giving you like I would say maybe let's jump to the 5 years and you're gonna be very fucking famous. Like I'm sure about this. Like people with your it's there's something about that, I'm listening basically every point what you're sharing, and my brain is like, she is it. It's this, and so of course it's normal that during a concert of another artist you're like, okay, because you like everything in you is working to do your work, like it's like your brain is always constantly open to uh do your job better as an artist. Everything you live in, it's what you are. It's artist. That's
Yeah,
why saying this
yeah.
grandma on the bus, like I'm singing in a band was absolutely fucking normal because it's exactly what you are. You are just,
Ooh,
and
goosebumps.
same. I'm listening to you. I have goosebumps. So it's just like normal that I'm giving you back this, like, like little information in case you didn't notice yourself, But really, it's absolutely incredible, and it's normal. So that you picked it up like that, but also you're absolutely right because I also noticed when I was just in the beginning of like performing and stuff. I don't I think I was just shy on overall proposing things to audience. I always thought I have to do all the work, like everything. I supposed to fill up things and everything. But then I understood that indeed I want to like engage with the crowd. I want them to do things not because I think that's going to entertain them. It's just I want to connect. I want to bond and I want to do things together, and I start to like do from tricks of like claps things like basic stuff, and I start to create like these different games, even like participation stuff, and make sure that in every song I'm singing there is one place for audience to do something, so the whole show they feel like the sixth member of the band, like I am part of the concert, like the whole concert I was also
Yeah.
doing the work, and it makes you appreciate it more because like you also participate into creating this momentum. And you're so right about like if we there is something about this, like it's not about being like dominant or like it's not from this bad place, it's just like because crowd is just literally how it works. Crowd is like a bunch of people, and they don't know each other, and they from different background, different age, different gender, like whatever, like everything is different. And so of course they're not connected to each other well enough for you to be like talking to them as one person that can answer. Like, for example, would you like to do mesh pit? And they're like, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Like, no, it's like not. It's not that. It's not easy for them to be disunited if no one is really leading them a little bit. Like
Mhm.
they need this help in literally like kind of social way of it, like
Mhm.
and. I always notice that indeed if I implement some question in way of like unsureness myself, who else gonna be sure for me? Like they cannot because it's not their concert. They passive. It's their work to be passive. They just audience. So they observing, they enjoying the moment, but they not creating it. They not leading it. They don't know what the concert is supposed to be. They don't know where we're going. What is my intention? What is the overall story? Where is next song? Like it's not their job. They came to just enjoy. It's like when you sometimes want to be taken care of, like
Mhm.
you I don't know, going on a date or whatever, or like just one of your friends decide to organize something and you just feel like you've been invited and just today you relax and you're not supposed to do anything. So it's the audience, they have to be taken care of, but they're not gonna like lead your concert. So of course, like when we say like, yeah, like let's do this thing, if you saying it with like, yeah, we are really gonna do this, so like it's who won you can participate, but like we're gonna do it. When you put this strong intention, they sync to you. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're doing it. She said we're doing that. Okay, step to the right, step to the left, whatever like she's gonna say, we're gonna do it. So they can rely on you. Like
Yeah.
someone have to lead. It's like in dance, like in couple dance people, there is one person who kind of leading, second one bit follow. Like it's this. So it's natural kind of order of this, and it's indeed, yeah, not from this bad place of like, I'm just like demanding stuff and I just don't care what you want. No, it's more like I'm leading. If you want, you come with me. So this is awesome that, yeah, indeed you implemented that, and yeah, it works. It works.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
just
because
like,
people want to have fun. They
yes,
want to have fun.
yes,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
just need someone to organize it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was mind blowing. I was like, they actually want to mosh. It's not like they're moshing for me. They're moshing for themselves also. So
Mhm.
it's like, oh, win-win because I always felt like it's a burden to ask someone to do something. And then I was like, wait, this actually they are actually happy.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
interesting.
exactly, exactly. I have two funny questions. Like, what would
Mm.
be your favorite memory about interaction with audience? Like, and what would be your most like worst or awkward one? Like, you absolutely like, oh, that was cringe. Uh,
On stage, I think so. This rock drift one, I made a TikTok I make videos here and there, and then I made the TikTok just saying like, "Hey, we're playing in Berlin. If you live here, come, bring your mom and dad, or your grandpa and grandma if they're alive." This is exactly what I said, and that was the funny part. And then I said it's free. You can da, 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 da. And it reached 30,000 views on TikTok, and I was
Yeah.
so shocked. And people were promising to come, and I still didn't believe them because like, okay, they're probably just saying it.
Mhm.
And then turns out a lot of people came from there. I don't know how many, but like, and but then they were like, because they connected each other on comments, or maybe they were friend groups. They were like, so when I went on stage for sound check, there were already this group of like teenagers were screaming, and I was like, I don't know them. What's happening? So they
Am
were
I
like,
famous?
ah, yeah, yeah. And my guitarist was like, do you know them? I was like, no. And then I figured it's the TikTok people. Oh, so after the concert, I said, like, thank you for the TikTok people for coming, and they went nuts because they were like seen, and I was like, that's crazy. Like, I make a video on TikTok, and they've come find their way. And also the organizers said like people were asking when is the TikTok girl performing, and I was like, what? It worked. And yeah, but that was like definitely luck, but it's a luck because I tried it. So yeah,
That's
it
what
was
it's all
it
about.
was
Yeah.
yeah, it was so nice. I think the mosh pit is probably like, my favorite interaction, and like pointing at people. Like I saw the devil, and they were like, "Oh!" It was very fun. Yeah, yeah, I saw the devil because I usually do it to the drummer because he's facing me in the practice room. I because he's like usually it's a very like chill song, so he's very bored. He's like, what do I do? I'm not playing drums." So I always say like I saw the devil, and he makes like weird faces, and I try my best not to laugh. So during this, I point at the crowd. The most awkward one, there was, I mean, this is not connected with band, but in our school, um, yeah, in our school, we sometimes do plays, like play, and I really I really liked kind of, I think it was directing back then because I made sure every of my classmates was acting fully,
Mhm.
and I was giving their like, you say it like this, maybe don't say that, just say like this so it doesn't sound cringe. And I really find happiness in that. And then I gave myself a role of this dying soldier and I drew a fake mustache. I wore my grandma's traditional dress, and I had this sword prop thing
So
in middle
perfect.
school. So like there's this like dramatic scene. Actually, people cried during this play. Like our teachers cried, and we won like a award thing because I mean my classmates were also good actors. So this was like a play of a son murdering their own family because the like other country kingdom captured them, and they're forcing their son to murder their family so the son will survive. Otherwise, they will kill everyone or something. So his son is giving speech and like saying sorry to their family members before he murders them, basically.
Oh,
So
that's
the son is
awkward.
like crying. It's insanely dark. Yeah, wow, why were we playing this at like 13 and 12
They were
years old?
preparing you to life. Like,
I know. So like I was the character who runs in and says, "This is all my fault because I lost the letter," because I was like a letterman soldier. And then I'm like, "Ah, I will sacrifice myself and save all of you." And I like kill one soldier and get stabbed by the second one and die. So this is like the most physical and dramatic character out of all this because everyone's mostly standing in place and saying stuff.
hmm
And I was like running in like so I was also pretending to be a guy,
hmm
so everyone was in the mood, like, oh, and I run in and I say this, get stabbed, and I fall. For some reason, everyone laughed because I think I was just so comedic in that. I don't know why, because I was not planning to be laughed at, but it was also funny to me. And when people started laughing, I'm supposed to be dead. So I'm like holding dear life to not laugh, and I was probably like like twitching and then and then also they forgot to like remove me from stage, so during the whole play I was like lying there and I was like, psst, bloody dragged me out of here and they forgot me. And it was horrible. Like, it was, yeah, it was bad.
And then you're just like, it's a dead body compulsion, and then you're just like trying to slide the
Yeah,
stage.
like, slowly like sliding my way back to stage, maybe. But
Oh
this is
my
good. Like
God.
I love acting. That's also why I joined like improv thing in Berlin. It's like fun improv games on stage. But like you said, everything I do now in my head is like to become a better performer. So like
Mm-hmm.
if I can do
Absolutely.
improv, then I can do better on stage. So like
This is
I
so
feel like
awesome.
I'm collecting these things to become a better performer, and it's so
Yes.
nice. It's like a
Yes.
best excuse to do fun things without feeling like I'm wasting time.
This is so awesome. Like really, I'm just listening to you and I'm like so happy. Like I invited you for this podcast because you basically fucking blueprint what to do to be awesome on stage. Like I just don't need to do anything, just need to post this and be like, just listen to her, repeat everything she's doing, and you're gonna have a career. I can go eat now. Thank you so much. Bye. Like it's just like this is
Aw.
so amazing because exactly like I also did I did dancing in the first part of my life. Like I did improvs to a lot of theater and stuff, and it's exactly all this type of art because I'm always keep fucking repeating that stage when we perform. It's not just singing, it's like so many other different, it's like a movie. To create a
Yeah.
movie you need to use like at least seven types of arts at the same time to tell a story. Performance is the same, like when you move, when you sing it's vocals, when you move it's dancing. Then you have a light design, it's art of lights. You use your costume for example, expressing yourself through this design, like through costume design. Like so many things that just working at the same time, instruments, uh acting that helps you to connect and tell a story, the like public communication that you basically like talking with people, and so many things works together. And theater absolutely also helps for exactly handling like reality, because improv I think it's so awesome that can teach you just like work with tools you have in the moment and make them
Hmm.
work. Like
Mm.
this is really amazing, and I'm just yeah, I'm just listening and I'm like I think I'm now like at this point I'm one of the biggest fans of yours, like literally. Like I'm like what the fuck is happening? I'm a legend in the making, like I'm so sure that
Aw.
you're gonna have a huge career and I will be like I know her, I know her. So yeah, really like it's amazing, it's so amazing.
Aw.
I'll let
That's
you blush, I'll
lovely.
let you blush,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I will blush. Yeah. No, it's so happy. Like I feel, yeah, yeah, like I think at some point I like decided I will become a performer and not just singer. I mean, to be honest, even identifying as a singer, I felt like it was too much for me. I was like, oh, but I don't sing that well. Like it's weird to be called singer, and I
like I'm
just
bigger
sing
than this
like
word. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Like, no. I was like, singer was a too big word for me.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Because like, like a lot of girls say like, "Oh, I'm going to grow up, become a singer," right?
Hmm.
So I never felt like my singing was like that conventionally like the type of singing people are like, "Oh, you sing well." Because I was always told you sing very loud. So that I stuck with me for a while.
Hmm.
I think it's also like probably teenage girls dynamic of like, oh, like I'm better than you. No, you're like this kind of things. But
Delicious.
yeah, but also I do agree that I had very flat singing in the past, and
Hmm.
the course, 1 month course, even though it was very short, gave me this freedom to do whatever I want,
Hmm.
to be louder or less louder, and to have like elements in my singing and have more like a storytelling in my singing. And I felt like I was cringing myself to do too much or something.
Hmm.
Like so like I started singing like Adele and stuff. Like it's not very like in the same genre as
Hmm.
like nu metal, but like I still do it because and like Aurora is like very like oh like very different
Hmm.
genres. So like I allowed myself to explore different genres and it gave me a lot of different elements and more
Yeah. It's giving you more instruments.
textures. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it
Yeah.
it was nice and now I feel like and I also went to a lot of open mics here in Berlin. And I feel like, yeah, I am a singer. And then my bandmates also like really validate me. They're like, because like they told me like stuff like, only after you joined, our band became a band, and we found the song, like sound we wanted to make. You
Hmm.
were our missing
Start to
piece.
shape. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and
Hmm.
like because I also like wrote my parts, all of it myself, and
Hmm.
I also have this freedom to do whatever I want on my part. So it's so nice. And I find this melodies I enjoy, and I'm like, and I like find the melody, write it, and I bring it to my bandmates. I'm like, okay, guys, I have something for you today. And they're like, oh, and then I show it to them. They're like, oh my God, we love it. And it's so nice. And when they believe in it, in my melodies, I just automatically believe in it, and we just like believe in each other. And it's like, yeah, we got
Environment,
this.
environment. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
important. I'm so happy for
And
you. That's awesome.
yeah. And our sound engineer, we found two very sweet sound engineers that we can afford, and they are amazing, talented. And like for example, yesterday we were mixing the fourth song, and the sound engineer is singing the song, and that's like the biggest like compliment. Someone singing my song is still like very new to me, and he's like very like he's like, I love this melody, like he's like singing it, and he was like dancing to it. He told me to do a TikTok dance on one of the songs. It's like yo yo yo, but yeah, I tried to secretly film him, and he caught me. So I yeah. My bandmates were very camera shy at first. Like when they're camera shy, I feel weird recording them. I felt like this paparazzi person recording them secretly. Whenever they have an interesting conversation, I'm like, this could be a meme.
Literally today, by the way, I posted a video about the fact that one of the mistakes I did in my work when I like was starting, it's not like a mistake, but I learned how to do better, I would say. It's
Hmm.
exactly how I choose musicians, how I work, like with whom I work, because I noticed that sometimes people just not sometimes it's a personality thing, sometimes it's something happened, but people just can be not that excited. They just have different vibe, different energy.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
you just like you have your energy, and you're just working with people with different energy, and then you go on stage, you do your thing, and they kind of
Hmm.
push you back, they just like
Yeah.
they not inspiring you, almost like give me this, like, passion, give me this like snare or something, like feed me with, like, I already have my vibe, but like give me also something, help me. And they a little bit like whatever, like, and you're like,
Yeah.
when you're young, you think that's probably the way it is, like it's what it is, and I supposed to just work with it. And then I start to like, yeah, perform more and more and more, and I work with a lot of different musicians, and I'm just like, oh no, there is so many of them, they all different. And I can just choose people with whom like it's matching, who give me this passion. And for now, for example, the favorite joke of my piano player with whom I work, he's like, yeah, I need a love drama, so he always gives me, yeah, we go in for jams like in Paris and stuff. If we happens to go in the same one in the same evening, and we in the same like band on stage during the jam, he always like, okay, he's like, let's go. And he knows that if I'm singing, he's always create like place. He grows the music into this place of like absolute fucking dynamic and madness. And he knows that by giving me the
Oh.
space, he gonna bring the monster, the dragon, and I will give my best. So it's really, really, it took me a while. It took me years to understand and find these people and be ballsy enough to say, not you, like. And so it's amazing to hear that you already did that right now, and you have these people with whom they amazing on supporting you mentally and saying how great you are and how much your brain brought to the band, because it's rare thing, really, it's rare thing that people can communicate this and give you back your value, like even in words.
Hmm.
And they support you, they see, they inspire you to write, they give you this musical part, they inspire you on stage, and like it's priceless. It's really, really incredible. And so, by the way, say hello from me. I don't know, like they don't know me, but just like to say, as a singer, as your colleague, just like say thank you from me to them for being this amazing to one of
Aw.
one of my, one of my people. Like, it's really incredible.
Yeah,
And
they saw the video on Instagram you made, and
okay,
they were like,
okay,
"Whoa, what? Whoa!" Yeah.
so cute. They're so cute. So yeah, then more to that, yeah, to say hello from me. It's now I'm their fan, like really, they such amazing people. And last two questions for today. It's more like a one question. I'm curious, like, because after talking to you right now, I'm really, really deeply impressed, and like you're really incredible artist and person and performer, and you feel like a force of creation and energy that just like so powerful that no one can tell you shit. And but at the same time, I heard you're so amazing on being vulnerable with me, and I'm so grateful for you to share on all your childhood and school stories, from which I also can see and learn that there is obstacles, and it is not that easy. It's not like you just like boom, and you go. There is things that try to stop you, and like kind of from deep place of like as a human, as like a soul that can be influenced by bad things too. What in a situation when you find like I'm scared, I want to do something, I know there is this thing inside and I want to, but I think I don't know if can I, or like maybe someone literally said don't, or like society you feel like you can be rejected or punished for what you can show. When you have these moments, what you tell yourself, or what makes you still step out of it and be like, nah, I'll better like lose everything, but I build myself. Like what helps you, what give you this strength to go with it?
I think like overall I'm very like addicted to doing things that makes me uncomfortable, like, and but then I also know, like, I learned along the way, the fact that it makes me uncomfortable means it's out of my like bubble, so that means I'm like growing my bubble if I push out of that, and I just can't stay in there, like I think, like, even if I suppress and say like, oh, like I'm not good enough yet to sing here, but like I think this excitement or like this intenseness that builds up in me, I just can't stop it anymore at some point, and I just kind of stop caring about the other like noises in my head of like, oh, what if this and that. It just like, maybe like it's gonna be like a one day that I'm like a bit depressed or something in a bad mood, and it's probably gonna intensify my like emotions, and then I will like lose logic and just do it, or also overall like feels like if I do something that makes me uncomfortable, that I'm scared, it truly feels like I accomplished something afterwards. And if you don't do it, because which I've already done both in different scenarios, and when I don't go and do it, I have this regret that is stuck in my body and it stays with me for a
Mm-hmm.
while. And it's like really like it's either like of like, oh, are you gonna keep this regret and just keep going and feel, like lose aura and then feel like it's like you kind of get disappointed within yourself to yourself. So it's like, is it worse to be disappointed in yourself and keep regrets, or is it worse to like maybe get like few cringy looks mm, and maybe like do get a bit embarrassed in the moment, but even if it's embarrassing and bad, I would still be like, hey, it's the first step, like the next one could be better, or maybe I'll find that I don't enjoy this thing. Maybe this is not worth the risk. Maybe this is not my area, but I still know it because I tried it. So it's always better to try it and see how it is than to imagine in my head and keep living in my fantasy. And like, and one day I'll like, it's gonna be too late or something. Okay, it's never too late, but like, maybe it's gonna be too late. Maybe like, nobody lives forever. So it's like, I don't want to have regrets in that. I also realized something, especially after moving to Berlin, is n doesn't have to become your main source of income. Like not every like not all your like passion. I mean, it's nice if it does,
Mm-hmm.
but then I stopped expecting my band to like immediately like blow
Blow
up,
up,
change my
yeah, okay.
life, and like I can just keep doing it because it makes me happy, and I can maintain my life financially and overall in the meantime, and or like I don't have. because I like acting a bit, I don't have to become actor like every day and do that. I could just go to improv and just act a few hours and still enjoy it. I can just do all of it and that's just fine. And it doesn't have to be so like serious and like I mean, maybe
Intense.
it's
Yeah.
good to go all in and yeah, but like I can just do that and it's fine to not like make it your fully thing and because then I can have realistic expectations and get less disappointed if it
Mhm.
doesn't like blow up immediately and yeah, I forgot what was my main direction I was going.
No, you quite like for me sounds everything logical, but yeah, I was the overall question was like how you still like overcome the feeling of like, oh,
Ah, yeah.
like maybe I cannot do things what I want to do, or like, but so far sounds logical, but if you want to like
Yeah.
go a little bit different direction, it's of course
Yeah.
as you prefer.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit helpful if it's like less pressure of like, oh yeah, like this is gonna be like I'm quit my job, I quit everything, thing. Like you could just do things that you like because we're just humans and just doing little silly things, enjoying ourselves here and there, and that's it. It's like it's no like
Mhm.
insane thing, and if it's insane, then it's very lucky.
It's like you don't put too much pressure on yourself to just like you give yourself time to develop, you give yourself space to
Yeah,
develop, you keep the fun part in the good
yeah.
place. Like, yeah, okay, well, basically,
Yeah, failed
amen.
attempt is an attempt.
Yeah,
So it's yeah.
absolutely. Okay, that's it. Like, indeed, like you should write a Bible of like this is
Nah.
because it sounds super healthy and it sounds like because a lot of artists myself like I went through weird waves my own behavior in life was always like sacrificing everything for art like I never had different job than music since I exist
Ooh.
and it's been sometimes very difficult and it's indeed can put you like I never regretted that like I
Mm-hmm.
it's what I love what I choose and I almost like um if not music, I don't need to be alive. You know, like for me, it's
Oh.
this. Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
so intense, like too much sometimes. And but at the same time, indeed, it creates two different places. First, you really becoming very fucking good because you know that for you to have any opportunity, you need to be undeniably incredible. You know, like you just need to be that person who you go on stage and people like, oh, okay, now it's going to be incredible. Okay, we know this one like so you're pushing yourself to that level but at the same time what it creates indeed is exactly this place of like you sometimes forget that it's also was just happiness like
Mm-hmm.
because you take it sometimes so seriously and you work so hard and you push yourself into such a limit that it's becoming like panic attacks literally what happening to me sometimes and places of like you just have to be either exceptional or there is no
Mm-hmm.
other space to like it can be too intense so I have to say it's like really sounds very so beautiful and healthy that you in a place where you're like I have time to develop I'm gonna try things and blah 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 because it is this and it took me really time I had to get older and through like all the shows I did to find this place where I still keep it as my main job, but I also not that harsh to myself. I'm like, it's okay, just fucking enjoy, girl. Like it's also your life. Like, um, for example, I could have a show that was I would prepare for like 1 month preparing for that one show and this 1 month would be a hell because I'm just pushing so much for this 1 hour of like excellence and then I understood like this 1 month it's also my life if I'm happy this 1 hour, I should be also happy that 1 month. Like I cannot just be like on the edge for 30 days to for 1 hour to be like, yeah, finally. So I'm like, you should need to really fucking calm down. like, so
Yeah.
it's really I'm just happy to hear that you not in this kind of, because yeah, I
Yeah.
it took me time to get out of it, but it's really, really good for you. Like amazing.
But I want to say like I have huge respect for people who go all in into art or like any artistic industry. It's
We're
I'm
psychopaths. We're psychopaths.
like I'm so envious of it that when someone says like they work like in artistic department, I'm like, wow, that's so cool. But I guess at the same time, I just always knew that the position I will be in because I'm financially responsible for more people than myself. So
Hmm.
it puts me in like a very fatherly position of life that I don't take risks. Like just starting from my first job. So yeah, I no, didn't have it. But like I'm also just so happy and grateful that I get to experience the artistic life alongside, and it's super nice. Like, yeah, like, to be honest, I on the third gig, I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm so happy. I have no regrets in life. This is it. Like, shoot me now. I'll be fine. But no, I need to make one music video, and then you can shoot me.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Noted. Noted.
yeah, yeah. And then that's it. Yeah.
I'm trying to build supportive community because exactly as you said, like even in your childhood, like sometimes between like performers and when you were working with other kids, like they would be more like bitchy and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm really came also from the world where singers between each other was awful. Like it's no support, it's more like a judgment and you just don't like so by creating this kind of community in my stage presence master classes and everything, I'm trying to also bring peace and support between all of us, you know, like because we're doing the same thing and let's support and learn from each other, inspire each other. So also like in the end, I would love to ask you, how can we support you? How can we like do you have some news on like maybe you have an album or song coming out or maybe you have some gigs soon or we can just follow you on social medias and just be there and watching your um, hopefully soon upcoming music video, like anything that we can consume and meet you and support your art, let us know.
Oh, yeah. So I tried to open account on every social platform for the band. Um, so far we released three songs now. One dropped yesterday, my favorite one, the devil one, the slow, eerie build
Okay,
up one. That I'm planning to make the music video for one is dropped yesterday, and I also really like
congratulations.
the cover picture I made for it, and yeah, it's a cool cover picture because it was like a moment I felt very like depressed also, and it's like from 2017, and it's I don't know, it just fits perfect for this vibe, and I was so happy to take an old picture and put it there, and my bandmates approved. Whew. Yeah, so that one, it's on should be on all streaming platform. If any of them is not
Mm.
working, I should know and fix that. And yeah, mainly Spotify, we look at it. And we have gig in September
Mhm.
18th at Rock City Festival. And yeah, I think there's more gigs coming. So, oh, when there's any gig, I'm just so happy. It's so nice. Yeah, and I think YouTube is very quiet, but
Mhm.
I put so much effort to making lyrics videos and nobody cares.
Nah.
But it's fine because it makes me feel nice because I care about lyrics videos or like any videos because also my mom needs to listen to it and Spotify doesn't work that well in Mongolia, so
Mhm.
she is demanding me to upload it to YouTube and I will not just upload like a picture, so I make a video for it.
Mom deserves the best. That's
Yes.
perfect.
Yes. Yes.
That's incredible. Okay, and so we I will put all the links in the description so anyone who would love to
Okay.
follow they can, and I will follow myself everywhere again because it's really really I'm a big fan and I'm so grateful you spend your time here, you shared your world, you've been so vulnerable and so badass at the same time, which is
Oh.
incredible. I'm so happy to connect with you, I'm so happy to meet you, and thank you for being here at the podcast.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for having me. It's like I think the things we discussed and like the like comments and like the amount of validation you just gave me is insane. Like I will keep this like energy I got from you for like many years now, I think. So it's so nice. I feel so inspired. And I also love your energy, like how you spread this courage to people to be themselves on stage and like yeah, it's so nice. How did I come across you? Like it was just a random Instagram, and then I just was like, oh yeah, why not? I'll just do it. And I was also very, I was also like universal timing because it was like timed with like the moment I decided I am a performer, not just a singer. I'm a performer. And then there was stage presence, and I just kept talking about to my friends, so, my like normal friends who has no interest in it. I'm like, so there is. I think stage presence is very important to let your song reach people, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, I think I'm onto something. Like, I think there's something in there." And then like saw the stage presence masterclass. I was like, "Oh, there's even a
It's a
class for
thing.
this. It's a thing. I knew it. It's a thing." And then that immediately I made clicked away into it. So yeah, and then like I found exactly like the thing I was looking for, and it was so nice to hear people's struggles and this community and everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm really proud of what you're doing, and I feel so lucky that you um, think I have something to share here with other people. It's so nice. I feel so cool. It's so insane. Like, it's still 1 month away from the concert. Like, I still have to survive that. So yeah, I feel
Thank you
so
so
excited.
Thank you for your words. I would say your words just felt like you hugged me, like
Oh.
so thank you so much. It's same it's beautiful validation to have from a colleague because I just putting out something that I hope gonna help and I have so much knowledge and I'm happy to share and create this community which I didn't have for myself when I was figuring this stuff out just like that raw on stage, and I'm so happy this can be helpful for others and thank you so much. It's a pleasure. And yeah, sounds like I'm so happy Instagram listening. Yeah.
Yeah. Instagram spying on me was good because I was talking about it to everyone. It's like, so the stage presence, and then like even the word thing is the same. I was like, oh, yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're absolutely incredible.
I had
I'm
so
fan.
much fun. Thank you.